Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Check Show! Ahoy, hoy, friends! How's it going, everybody? Oh, it's so great to be back and be here. Feel like I'm starting to get on a schedule again, but golly, I sure missed our Wednesday show. I gotta say, everyone, getting to hang out and be with all of you on Wednesdays was such a great way to get through the week. So it was a little weird, but glad to be here now and hanging out. Wanted to say, well, hi to everybody in the chat. We'll get to that in just a minute. But as you can see, Richard is unable to be here again today. He sends his regrets. He's really sorry, but it is very difficult or becoming very difficult these days for him to make a lot of the weekday or to make our one weekday show. So I get it. But we have an awesome special guest who I'm super excited to have on. I met her fairly recently through the interwebs, through being on other people's streams and hanging out, and we ended up doing a Cali Brick Click show together, which I'll let her tell you more about that, where we went on a long rabbit hole about sock fashion, which was amazing. So had to have her back. Do not be surprised, friends, if sock fashion comes into it sometime today. But please welcome to the stream, everybody, Claire, the Plastic Architect.
Hey, thanks for having
Claire.
me. This is awesome. I'm so excited to be here. I watch it every week, and it's so exciting just to be on. So thanks for having me, Flynn.
Absolutely. So glad that you're here and hanging out with me today. Sorry, I need a coffee moment.
No worries. I've got mine right here, and I love your Starbucks mug. What city is that?
Oh, it's Epcot Center.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, it's from sorry, it's hard to see, but it's from when Richard and I went on our 5-year anniversary to Disney World, and he got an Epcot one and I got a Magic Kingdom one. They're really great.
They're great. So, I have a ton of those. They're awesome.
Oh, here, look, see, we're already ready for socks. Fabby Phantom K is all ready for the sock discussion.
400 pairs. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the storage for that.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. Well, so let's see. Well, so usually here we would do, this is pin time. Sorry, Richard's not here. Everybody knows when Richard's not here, I am at 6s and 7s. I don't know what's going on, and it takes me a few minutes to get adjusted, but it's pin time. And I know you have something special, so let's do yours first.
So I went to go look for my pins, and I have this box of all my childhood jewelry in it, and I know I have this one Ariel one, but instead I found this old Beauty and the Beast watch that I was obsessed with. So now I kind of want to get this working again because it's kind of delicate and would look good stacked. And then I also found this charm bracelet from when I was 5.
Oh,
aren't they so cute?
That's amazing. You know who would love that is Minifig Chick. She has a charm bracelet too, but with the more metallic charms on.
Yeah. This is so light. Honestly, it's as heavy as a hair tie. This.
Can you hold it up again, all the way across this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta see this from.
Okay, so it starts with Pluto and it goes all the way to Minnie. Here we go. How's that? Oh, here. Wait, let me flip them.
That is awesome.
How cute is that?
That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
These are the benefits of being a hoarder and your parents being hoarders and never getting rid of anything. So you find stuff like this. So.
Oh, it's totally worth it. Well, there's a tradition in my family. My grandmother did it and my mom does it, just putting together a package of stuff and sending it to my mom would send me that kind of thing. And it
Just
was
for
always,
old stuff.
like a can opener from the bank and, a flashlight on a keychain, like that kind of stuff. But then there was always like something. And not too long ago, actually, I should dig it out for a thing from the crypt coming up soon. But I have like an old Disney, like, I don't know, like pamphlet booklet guide thing for, and it's like from the 70s, and it's got really amazing graphics on it, and it like has lots of great stuff inside.
That's like perfect content. I would love to see that. No, this watch came in this like really like huge box that up until like 2 months ago I still had next to my nightstand, and then the cat knocked it over and it like shattered completely. So threw it out. But yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, and I'm sure it probably was like a good decoration too.
It was. It had like faux stained glass, like as like it was like a chunk from the castle. It looked like it had, just like a classic window from that. But
when it just broke. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. You'll get it back one day. We always get these things back somehow.
I know, right? They like turn around. I'll find it on eBay for like $18 or $80 or something like that. I like that Kevin's asking, where can I get my Tricky Bricks keychain flashlight merch?
Oh, geez. Actually, what's really funny that you would say that is that Richard's parents, like that's what they do. That's what their business is they will print your logo on anything.
That's awesome.
Like anything. So we could actually.
How do you guys not have merch already then?
Gee, I don't know. But I'll tell you what I do have.
Yeah.
Just in time for pins is I went the other day and finally organized my my pins. And this isn't quite all of them, but I did finally get myself together and get them all on here. So I've got one today that's going to be, now I should have worn this when Debo Bricks was on, but I couldn't find it. So I'm wearing it today in honor of him. He was such a great guest host as well. Here, this is the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's a really cool pin. I've worn it here before, but it's been a really, really long time.
So do they still have the pins at Disneyland, or are they obviously, like, would they still have this one since the ride doesn't exist anymore?
The only way they would have this particular one would be, sorry, I'm trying to like focus. Clicky, do your job. There we go. Sorry, shaky cool. Hands. All right. The only way you would have it, and the way I got it, was if it was on a trading board. So some mad person traded this for something else.
Do you know what you traded it for?
I don't remember because we kind of have burners.
Yeah, of course, as you do, as an avid trader.
Yeah, so we kind of have burners, and so I expend a lot of ones that I don't care about so much. But I've got a pretty good collection. It's getting there.
So cool.
Hey, okay, so I think it's time to say hi to everybody in the chat. So let's see who we've got in today. We've got Two Humble Bricks. Abby the Brick Squirrel is here. Brickanista. Chris Boson and Captain Jaden Chalice. Darren Siegfried is here. Debo Bricks. Heather Mraz. Holly. Hey, Holly. Hooded One is here. We've got Kevin. I'm Bored Toys is here. Always good to see you. Wow, the list is like getting all crazy. Apples is here from Europe. I just saw a slide in there at the top. Jake Studs is here. Jake is here. John Luttrell. Johnny Cat is here. Marilyn Parmley and the Parmleys. How's it going? Matthew Builds Bricks. Starting off the M-capades actually was Marilyn. We've got Marilyn Parmley, Matthew Builds Bricks, Minifig Chick. And that was the M-scapades for today because Moto is at Brick Slopes right now. Right. So he's not in there today. We've got Orange Bricks. How's it going? We haven't seen you in so long. I was just thinking about you the other day. I was working on some graphic stuff, and there was a big orange brick on there, and I was like, Haven't seen Orange Bricks in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got P.T. McEwen, Ray Clausen, Robin Eklund, Steve Parmley. How's it going? The Hornburgers. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. We've got Wilfred Bonsoir. We've got Wyatt Builds and Zach Martinez. And Zarakino, Kim, wherever you may be. Hello. So
awesome.
that was a great list. All right. So, gosh, well, we have got, it's time for another one of our little features before we dive into the main part of this. So I think, actually, I need to go. See, Richard's always able to vamp when I'm doing the, he knows when I'm doing the tech stuff. So my apologies, Claire, while I.
No, please. I'm here for it. I have stories for tech disasters for you. So don't worry.
All right. That means it's time for Thing from the Crypt. Okay, so today's Thing from the Crypt, and that awesome animation by Yano Riverblue, by the way, who also did our opening animation. So this is not like as old as some of the stuff that I have, but it's just really cool. It's this statue of Anubis that my friend sent me a long time ago. I think this was back when I was living in New Orleans. So it would have been mid 2000, early 2000s, like, 2002, 2003. And he survived Hurricane Katrina with he's got a few little, little pieces broken off. But yeah, this is the Egyptian god Anubis. It's such a cool statue. But I was really sad at first when when his ear broke. And then I was like, it sort of lends it a bit of
it's got a story now. Yeah, it's a little bit more interesting.
So anyway, yeah,
did your friend gave you this? Is this just like a casual like host gift? You show up for dinner and instead of bringing like flowers or a cake, you're like, I brought you a statue.
No, he knew that I was very interested in Egyptology because my first two tattoos are Isis and Osiris. I have them. You can can't really see them on the. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. When you go like that, you can see it.
Yeah. And
nice.
There. So, and so he sent me this as a gift. I think it was a birthday present, but yeah.
Okay, got it.
Pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. So that's it has residence in our. He's the god of death. So
it's something you would have seen in like the haunted mansion behind you or something like that.
Right. It fits in well with our we have like a full size anatomical skeleton and so it kind of all goes into that haunted house, the haunted house feel of that. Oh my goodness. All right. So hey, Captain Zan is here. Welcome. So good to see you. Let's see. All right. So what we're building today, but actually, no, before that, Claire, you've never been on the show before. So please tell us a little bit about you and how you came to Lego and what you're doing with it now.
Totally. So I've been a lifelong fan, kind of. Like I got a few Lego sets as gifts. I started out with like a Duplo bucket as a 2-year-old, which I still have. And always was kind of like a little quiet or very quiet about my hobby, which is kind of collect slowly throughout the years. So I have things that I bought on shelves that like Vikings or like a couple Lord of the Rings sets, like here and there, I kind of slowly collected. And then about like during the pandemic, I was like thinking to myself, like, what is it that what am I waiting to do? And a lot of it was really like dive in deep into like my love for the hobby. And I didn't know that the AFOL community existed. I didn't know that there were other people out there. But what I've done in the past for hobbies is like turn to YouTube, and I turned to YouTube and I found, everybody here. And now I'm making my own content and just did the transition to Twitch with a couple of my friends, with actually Kevin and Brenda from I'm Bored Toys and Art and Jess. And like we kind of did it together, like holding hands. And it was a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, and I was full-time practicing architecture here in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And since March, I've been on like a leave of absence for a temporary leave of absence, but it's been nice recovering from burnout and doing this hobby.
Well, and what's funny is, and we need to remedy this as soon as it's, okay to do so. But Claire and Richard and I live like mere miles from each other, literally probably a 15-minute drive from each other. So be ready for some Tricky Bricks Plastic Architect content live in San Francisco.
Good, I can't wait.
Hey, Monica Berry is here, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Monica. Please, everybody, give a big happy birthday to Monica. She does so much here at Tricky Bricks behind the scenes. She always makes the great word mosaics for our challenges and posts them up to our website, and is a general amazing cheerleader. So happy birthday, Monica. And I will add your Claire, your Twitch link into the video. Right now I have your YouTube and your Instagram are in there, but
that's perfect.
So now your name isn't just because you build bricks, right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been in the field for a while now, practicing architecture. I started out doing, I guess if you want to know the architecture side of things, I started out doing like historical renovations and stuff, and working internationally, which was pretty cool. And then I transitioned into like office spaces and like build outs for Nike and WeWork and like kind of larger scale corporate companies. And then I transitioned to single family residences. And then the last 4 or 5 years, I've been doing large scale multifamily buildings. And then my last big project was what's going on Yerba Buena Island right now, actually, Flynn. So that's my baby. Yeah, that building, when you drive across the street or drive across the bridge, that was my pride and joy for a while, but that's also what caused me to have burnout.
Wow. It's funny. We were just in Portland and we went by this. There are many bridges there. But we went by this one. I was like, wow, that looks so much like the Bay Bridge. Like it's got that similar,
it does
I don't know, kind of looks like Space Mountain from far away, right? Like that shape. And then somebody was like, oh yeah, that's the same guy that did both bridges.
Yeah, there's only like a handful of bridge designers out there, but yeah, I love bridge design, which is unfortunately not something architects do, especially in the US. But now like the bridge design was like a big part of, getting that done. And I ended up leaving because a lot of I was like, what am I doing? Just like building expensive condos for people in the Bay Area. And so, it's really interesting job, and it's like a really interesting job, but it's also like a little soul sucking. So
Sure. I understand that. Well, now you've expanded on YouTube and now into Twitch, and it's so exciting. I think you're really going to enjoy Twitch.
I already love it. It's like end of week 2, and the interaction with chat is so fun. All like just all the emotes, I called them emotes yesterday, and Kevin was like making fun of me, but all the emotes and the badges and all the fun stuff that you can do, and just like finding other people on Twitch has also been really fun. It's just the platform is meant for what we're doing here. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like this live stream it elevates it on Twitch. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think a big issue I know for a lot of people is they just haven't engaged with it yet as viewers.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's I don't know. It's very different, of course.
Yes,
I joked a while back, and Richard was like, "What?" But he's not here, so I'll say it again. I said that like Twitch is like the sassy younger sibling of YouTube, and I thought that YouTube could be a little matronly.
Yeah. Oh my god. Just like a little bit, just a
I mean,
little
just in,
little
in
touching.
comparison, you know, like because you know Twitch is like, woo, things flying around and people
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff and singing songs and you know wearing funny sunglasses and doing a
All at the
dance.
same time, at exactly the same time. It's not like it's
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
yes,
It's absolutely overwhelming, and you can tell it's like it was created, with a younger generation in mind for sure. But the reality is as somebody who takes a little second to get used to technology, I recommend it. Like if you're here, Brian is here as well. Like if you are like, hesitant to get into Twitch, I say dive right in because as far as like community building goes, and if you think this Lego community is great here on YouTube. It is, but I feel like it's even more intimate in the best way you can think of that word on Twitch.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think so too. And you know what I love about it
Mhm.
personally is I get to sing songs on Twitch, which I don't get to do on YouTube because
Exactly.
you'll get in trouble. But I get to like play my ukulele and sing songs, and it's super fun time. I gotta
Yeah,
say.
you can have a lot more flexibility with the type of content. So like I love toys and things like outside of Lego, and I have like cooked live in my kitchen on stream on Twitch.
Mhm.
And it's not really something you can it makes sense, to do on YouTube. But yeah, I agree. I totally get how a lot of people can get overwhelmed by it at first.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. I mean, I because I went through this period not too long ago where I was just obsessively trying to like go on everybody's amazing stream and support them and say hello and do this thing, and I was just like sitting in front of my computer for hours and hours and
Mhm,
hours,
mhm.
and at a certain point it did get very overwhelming, like
Yeah.
a lot of the things moving around. And yeah, I'm
Mhm.
like hooded one always with the
All the things I don't like are important on Twitch.
I understand. Well, I gotta say it was it can definitely, like Too Humbleberg says, it was hard to follow.
Mhm.
It's too busy. It's definitely true, and that's why we have YouTube, so we can have
Exactly.
a calm experience like the one we're having now.
Exactly.
A
It's so much
calm,
better.
relaxing, mellow experience. Um, awesome. Well, oh yes, and can you tell us a little bit more about Kelly Brickclick?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when I first got on, like maybe like a couple weeks onto the scene, it's so weird to say it, but I became friends with Shy almost immediately. One of the warmest, welcoming people. If you guys have ever interacted with Shy, he's amazing. And immediately it was like, hey, we need a female voice on Callie Bricklick. Ninja and I are looking, to start this podcast, or I mean, we hadn't named it yet, but and then and honestly, like we barely knew each other. And then we've gotten to know each other obviously incredibly well through that, hanging out every week with new people. And it's been really great. And every week, like it turned out to now it's a show where every single week we have a guest, which to me is the best part about it. We've met so many new people through the community, but it is a bit heavier. Like we do go into, we talk about politics, we talk about religion, we talk about current events. Shy is a veteran, and we all come from completely different life experiences, even though we're all in California. And so
Mhm.
we kind of bring that to the table. And yeah, I think so a lot of people come to Lego community to have an escape from real life. That's not what Callie Bricklick is. So just like kind of like fair warning, but there are some lighter episodes, and it's we enjoy it, we have fun, but yeah.
Well, I think it's important to have. I think it's important to have that distinction and to have those
Mhm.
places where you can go because maybe escapism isn't what you need at that moment, or whatever. Maybe you want to have real talk. So I think it's great to be able to have places to go that you can experience all of those things, which is what's I find so great about the Lego streaming community is you can really kind of go and say which ones you want. And I think what y'all do there is important because there isn't a lot of that.
Mhm.
Certainly that's not a lot of what we cover here. I totally respect what y'all do, and it was great. And I had such a great time on the show when I came on and got to talk with y'all.
No,
So.
it was so fun having you there. It was like it was the perfect mix of like talking about some serious topics and then also like having some playtime, you know what I mean, some like fun banter. And you know, it was really important, at least for me, to separate Callie Bricklick episodes off of my channel because I don't think it's fair to people to like intermix it if people are looking for an escape or something lighter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Well, so let's start the building time, shall we? Because we've all got now.
Let's do it.
Claire and I have another date
yes,
for another party in about an hour or so. So we are going to, we're going to be over on London Bridge Bricks. He's doing a stream with all dragon builds. So that's going to be fun. And I wanted to, just as kind of like a preview, I wanted to show this to everybody. I'm not going to tell you what's in them. I can't tell you what's in them, and I'm not going to tell you anything else. I'm just going to say that these, I have these 3 boxes.
Oh my God. Also, I'm so sorry. My dad got locked out of his house, so it's a whole thing right now.
No problem. If you need to go for a minute.
No. Sans is going to go and drive my car and like let him out and stuff. But yeah.
So those 3 packages are from Lego, and they are things that I will be reviewing. Those are review sets. So I'm really excited about them.
Is that like your first big kind of land shipment? Is that what that is?
No. Okay. So no, that was, well, so I got, I did they sent us the Everyone is Awesome set, was our very first set we got for review. And then we got the typewriter, and we did another one. Now why am I forgetting? But we did another one, and then hadn't heard anything in a while because there's like the summer lull. And then this is now like the stuff that's coming out later this year, and wowzer. That's all I'm going to say. But really excited about those. So look for those coming up in the next month. So like, cause those are kind of spread out throughout the month. So yeah,
that's really exciting.
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna we had talked about maybe, now that we're not doing Wednesdays anymore, doing like pre-recorded videos for our reviews rather than doing them like on here. So maybe we'll do that. Oh, the sailboat. Monica reminds me. Yes, it was the sailboat. Hey, Emmasaurus is here. How's it going? So, all right. So here we go with the and yes, by the way, somebody asked if I had a dragon to build. I do. And of course, it's an elves dragon, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I have either this one, I pulled this one out, or maybe like a Harry Potter one to stay on theme for today.
Oh, very good. And thank you for providing that excellent segue. So we are building the Harry Potter Astronomy Tower today, because we both have a copy. Really excited about that. And I just want to start this part of the show by saying that we here at Tricky Bricks, and I know Claire feels the same way, we in no way support JK Rowling and her views. And I believe that trans rights are human rights, and I very much dislike what she says and does. But I will say I'm also I'm an old fan of the franchise. I mean, I did read all the books, but a lot of the movies and stuff. And I just feel that I'm going to appreciate what I can take away from it and not let her kind of spoil what it did for me at a time when I really needed it.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. It was a time where a lot of my identity and growing up is very much tied to the stories. And, let's just, keep the stories separate from some misinformation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I will also say we are also just here to have fun and build. So that's what we're going to do. And I also say I love Marcos Basis, who has designed these and also designed that new the Icons set, which is amazing.
A lot better. Not just a lot better than what I was expecting, but actually looking forward to getting it. Like when I heard it was another Hedwig, I was like, oh, I don't know, whatever. And then seeing it, incredibly impressed.
Well, I'm way behind here. Usually I have like at least the first
Bag like opened.
bag open, and so now I'm gonna get to make the big crinkle sound. Funny enough, I used to be really, I would make Richard hold it off to the side, and then everybody was like, "No, we like hearing the crinkling."
Okay,
sound.
okay, here we go.
Like, okay,
do it right, just right here.
All right, here we go. Oh, I opened it tried to open it on the wrong end. There we go.
Kevin gets so mad at me on mockumentary, which every time I make loud noises, but it's okay. And when I say gets mad, I don't mean gets mad.
So I would love to also, of course, since you're here, talk about what you think about this from a Lego architecture standpoint.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I love it. I think I am not super familiar with like the nuances between different castles and time periods across Europe and stuff. But, you know, I do know that the Harry Potter castle was very much based on one in real life that I think now has like skyrocketed in terms of like tourism sales.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, I think like a ton of people started traveling to like Eastern Europe and New Zealand when Game of Thrones was popular. But I guess it's still popular, but yeah, I don't know. I think people got really angry with the
honestly. I feel like after the last season, it literally fell off the pop culture table. Like, because there's stuff that endures, like there's stuff that people still talk about, like that was on ages and ages and ages ago, and I feel like, and maybe it's just because I'm more follow Lego people or whatever. But I feel like suddenly it all became about like Marvel kind of like took over everything and everyone's attention and fandom, and that Game of Thrones just kind of like
went to the wayside. I don't know. I do think it has to do with the fact that it's just like they're not producing new content, and like the shows that are supposed to come from it haven't started. And I think like people are still bitter and like getting over it. So it's like the quiet period, and people just need like new things, because like think about it, like since Game of Thrones ended, the pandemic started, we have Disney Plus came out and totally blew all streaming software out of the water. HBO Max is now out. Netflix has stepped up their game. So there's like so much stuff that's like, you know, we've been inundated with like new Star Wars content. Like I don't even watch that stuff, but it's constant. And let's not forget about the Monkey Kid cartoon that you can not find easily on the internet, but that's like my plug. That's my plug for Monkey Kid right there.
So now I know people are used to us having a down cam, but it doesn't work with StreamYard, unfortunately. But what I have done is I've got my laptop signed in. So there's this kind of weird, like long shot of my table, but at least you'll be able to see the builds. So
I think it's great.
But yeah, Richard was actually the other day saying, you know, it would be fun to watch Game of Thrones again, like just from the beginning when it was good.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that since, and it's absolutely very pleasant. And I mean, the shock value isn't there, you know, like the Red Wedding isn't the same thing, but like,
oh man, when I got to tell you, so I read the books, but Richard hadn't read the books, and he didn't know about that scene, and I did. And when it finally came on the show, we were watching it together, and I was like practically crawling out of my skin. I was just like sitting at the couch, like completely, like my shoulders were up, and I was like completely tensed up. And he's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine."
Because you're doing everything in your power to like not ruin it for him, but then you know he's going to be horrified because it's just absolutely the worst, and Rob Stark is the best, and it's oh my god. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, that was I've since read the first couple books, but when I first saw that scene, I hadn't, and it was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, so you've since read the books. I have never seen someone talk about food and what people wore so much.
Oh yeah, I actually don't find them to be particularly good literature, but I know that's not like the best opinion, I really struggled reading them. Like it was very hard for me to get through them.
Well, they're
Yeah.
difficult. They're
Yeah.
not, I mean, no doubt
It's
they're
just not my
difficult.
favorite writing style at all. Like I don't particularly I know it's like world building and scene, it's like all of that, but it's unfortunately not for me. And I was like really surprised about that because I've read some like really dense, just random science fiction stuff. And I just couldn't get into it. And maybe it was the time or something like that. But I know a lot of people, I can see a lot of people in the chat were like, Game of Thrones used to be so good, but it was
Yeah.
spoiled. Yeah. So,
Hey, it looks like Jamae is here.
hi, Jamae.
Hi, Jamae. Good to see you.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what it is. Holly put it really well. I read the books and love the series, but yeah, the whole thing is written to make you crawl out of your skin. And I think it was like a time and place thing. Yeah, for me that was like not what I wanted at the time and couldn't separate it from that, which is probably a more accurate of it than me calling it bad literature, to be fair.
Well, I of course have seen a lot of people do Game of Thrones minifigs along the way and some builds. And Richard and I had a build that we like started building and then didn't finish for some reason. And I'm kind of sad that we didn't, because now we can never do it because it's just not timely anymore.
Never.
Oh, I'm hearing there's some kind of echo, but I
it
don't
could
know
be
what
me.
that would be.
I don't hear an echo though, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the chat might hear it, but I definitely don't hear anything.
Yeah, because I think I've got everything. I've got my laptop muted, so there's no way it's coming through there.
No. I don't hear anything. It could be sometimes you hear yourself back. Sometimes that happens with me. Like I'll hear an echo, but nobody else does.
Oh yeah, this was coming from the chat. Somebody in the chat said so. It was just making it. Oh, so speaking of minifigs and minifig series, Brick Huntress Kate, who I adore, just started a new challenge on Instagram that is make your own minifig series, like CMF series. And I am so excited about that because recently I haven't had a ton of time to build and I've missed out on a lot of challenges. I'm really feeling the itch, and this one's going to be, I think, fun.
There's something like very, it feels like it's a lower barrier of entry with the minifig. I don't know why, because it feels like you have to have a really extensive minifig part collection to really do something correct. I don't know why. That's always like my gut instinct with that, but also because it's not like a full build, and it's like you're kind of forced to stay within just a CMF series essentially. I think I'm really excited about it. I've got like, I'm so behind on my YouTube videos and all that stuff because, Twitch emotes, take
I got a really great guy to make mine for me.
Oh, really? Oh, that was probably smart.
I can pass on info.
Yes,
he's really amazing. And actually, Brian turned me on to him. Bricks O'Brien.
Oh, nice.
A really great, very clever guy named Guy Rodwell. I know he had closed his things down because he was really busy, but he opens up pretty frequently.
Okay, cool. No, I'll definitely check that out because I'm having a lot of fun. Like I'm making some, and I'm just not. It's been so long since I've used Adobe Illustrator and all those things that slow and steady. But I've been streaming a little bit of the process, which has been kind of a fun thing. That was Brenda's idea, and that's the thing with Twitch. You can just like do that. Maybe everybody's not there for the for it, but it's been fun. Yeah.
Oh, and that also, speaking of challenges, also we are in the middle of a 2-week challenge right now, and that is the Hobby Habitats Challenge, and that is to make a habitat any size up to 16 by 16, and depict yourself, like use your sig fig, depict yourself doing your hobby that's not Lego. So build your hobby. Because I know we all have hobbies outside of Lego, although it does tend to kind of take over, if you will.
Yeah.
But I know I have other hobbies. I'm working on a little one with me and my, I think 3D printer is going to be my thing.
Cool.
So
it'll be me cooking or something like that.
Well, now that Multiverse of Madness is going to be coming out soon, I got to get my Doctor Strange cosplay in order. Like I printed out my Eye of Agamotto, but I haven't painted it yet because I got freaked out. I was like, you know what? This is a really complicated model to probably be doing as my first attempt.
Yeah, very much so. That it's very cool though. I mean, I guess like, are you gonna try to, or like, would you just like sketch it out differently, or are you just gonna try to paint something different entirely?
Well, it's just no. I mean, it's like the model itself is awesome. Like it's
Right.
really cool. I 3D printed the whole thing. It's got a little knob on it that you turn and the eye opens. Like it's great. It's just that it's really very intricate with lots of little like carving details and stuff, and you kind of have to sand stuff before you do it. So I think it's going to be.
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
have
more
to print
complicated.
something less complicated and try practice painting it first before I attempt this one. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe like a I have Wanda's crown and I have Sylvie's crown.
Okay. That's definitely
And
a little bit more palatable. Yeah.
yeah, those are
Yeah.
a little easier, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it together if I want to do this Doctor Strange cosplay. I'm gonna better get myself together, and
That's gonna be so good. Doctor Strange is probably one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe by far.
yeah, I really love the deep weird Marvel stuff.
Me too.
Well, the Eternals, you want to talk about that one's
I don't know much about
esoteric.
it, but I'm really interested. Really, really interested. I know you were part of like the comic book world, right? For like a while, really, or the
Video games,
game.
actually.
The video game guy.
But I also, there's a lot of overlap.
Right. It's like you kind of like know like the comic book lore and stuff, like going into that because people around you know it. And the only reason like I know a little bit now is because of Lego. It's like Marvel fans that are also comic book fans will like tell me the backstory of things, which is like really, really cool.
Yeah, I am. I've seen some. I mean, my big thing when I was younger was X-Men. That's what I was into, and I've expanded out now, like into other stuff. But that was really my main thing. I sort of know a lot of the comic book stuff by honestly. There's a hanging out in comic book shops, and I mean, not that I like hang out in comic book shops, but being in comic book shops and hearing people ask the employees about good things to read or like what are good books to hear.
Oh, recommendations and stuff.
Yeah,
like
overhearing recommendations and a lot of times because nerds working in Nerd Town, there's a lot of perhaps over explaining for the casual reader. So I've heard, like the complete histories of some of these characters and stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah, no, I myself don't know too much, but I like being around it. I definitely want to read the Umbrella Academy stuff because I really love the TV show and the story.
Yeah.
So that's like something I absolutely want to get
I
into.
will tell you that it is very different. I just started reading them myself.
Okay.
And it is definitely different.
Okay.
So just be prepared for that.
Okay. In a good way or just different?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, obviously they take a lot of liberties in the show, and a lot of the show's appeal is the style of it.
Yeah, and I love the characters and the music and all.
Yeah, and that's definitely not the style of the comic.
Interesting. Okay.
I love the little pots.
They're so cute. Oh wait, these ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
This little greenhouse is so adorable. And I love that every single one of these is printed. It's one of the printed ones that came with like the second wave of CMFs.
Now, do your plants fit into the top of like mine are really loose. Like when I hold it up by the leaves, it falls down.
Oh, really? No, mine is in pretty tight.
Oh no, all of mine are like that. When you pick them up, they're very loose.
And you're putting it in the smaller end of the.
Yeah.
I just double checking. That's so weird.
Yeah, mandrakes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to show it to the camera, but I can show it here.
Yeah.
See, there's the little.
I mean, they're loose in the pot, not in the plant.
Yeah, the plant, when I pick them up, they all drop down to the bottom. Interesting.
What? That's faulty.
I know, faulty.
Yeah, it's unbuildable, Flynn. Just absolutely unbuildable.
Well, they do have the mandrakes do have this creepy face on them. I'm going to see if I can't get it in the camera.
I think it's focusing on your face right now. Oh, it was almost there. There it is. There it is. Look at that agony.
Ah! Yeah. All right. Well, this little greenhouse is fantastic.
Right?
I mean, I love that. Like, that was the thing with some of the Monkey Kid sets. Like, I really love. Yeah, the side builds are really fantastic.
So yesterday I built my first Monkey Kid set that I was a little shocked by the price point, and I don't know why, but I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just this point in my life and the fact that I'm not working full time anymore. But it's the Iron Bull tank at the $50 marker. Was a little bit shocking. And I know that all the sets, like the price point was very intense, or very high, but every other set that I've built, I was like, oh, I get it. I get why this is so expensive.
Right.
But for some reason I got that, I got kind of a
so what about it? Did you just feel like there wasn't enough? You didn't get enough for what you spent, or what was the problem?
It's probably Sandy alone that brought up the price. So it's like Sandy, it's incomplete right now. So it's just basically the main build, which is the bull tank here, and then it's like a little side build, which is just like a little mini shooter thing, and that's it for 50. So this and basically Sandy and like 2 other figs.
Got it.
I don't know why, but maybe it could just be the mood, the temperature in this room, why I felt that way. But like, it's like there's nothing that I have no like scientific backing as to why I felt that way. But I should do an architectural review. I want to start doing architectural reviews because those are a couple of the videos that I like doing on my channel. And of like things like that aren't architectural at all. Like they are architectural, you could say they are, but they're not buildings like in the traditional sense. So I think that would be kind of fun and playful.
You know what, friends? I just realized, and maybe I missed it, but it is past time for a pause. It is past time for a pause, everyone. It is actually time for the pause that refreshes. That's right, everybody. It's your special time of day. It's Logan cookie time. Over here, buddy. I know, Daddy's not here. What are you gonna do? Hi, he's very excited. Let's here, I'm just gonna do this real quick. All right, here we go. And 1. Yay, Logan. Nice one. All right, buddy. Here we go. This one gets 2. All right. And yay, Logan. Say hi to all your fans. Good boy. All right, everybody. That has been Logan Cookie Time.
I ended up bringing Oliver, but he was a little late to the party.
No, hey, that's okay. Here, let's see Oliver.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna meow into the, maybe not. But yeah, this is Oliver. He's 10, but we've been together for a while.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, he's a jerk. He's a total jerk. Yeah, but he's such a cat. But yeah, that is Oliver. So I should have told him about Logan Cookie Time, but I didn't prepare him for this meeting.
Hey, hi and bye, TT Bricks. I saw that you stopped in and didn't get to say hello, but hi and bye again. Enjoy your company. Have a good time. Awesome. All right, so let's get back to this here. Well, I love this idea of architectural reviews of non
Buildings.
architecture sets. Like that might
Yeah.
be a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
But stuff like this astronomy tower and that sort of thing, I think is would be really cool.
Yeah, like the astronomy tower, I was thinking about doing like probably the whole wave of the Hogwarts castles from this series. I think would be
Yeah.
one of them because they kind of go together and that's like their intention. And I would like talk about like the styling, the fenestrations, like all the openings, the turrets, like all of that stuff and like what it
Uh-huh.
comes from and the influence and like what Lego does really well. And sometimes like it's people see it as a fault, but they kind of do this amalgamation of different architectural styles, particularly in the modulars. And
Yes.
they're, you know what I mean? It's like there's not only European influence, but also like Americana in there. And I think they do that, you know, as like a more inclusive way and like to also market to like a wider art audience, which completely makes sense. But a lot of people will be like, oh, well, it's not exactly X, Y, or Z, or they like faulted here or there. And I kind of try to do to note that like, hey, if it was going to be this complete style, it would have X, Y, and Z, but
Right.
not as like a negative thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I think that sounds really cool, and sorry, dropping things. I would definitely watch that. Well, you know what's funny is I never thought about, because I'm not an architect, I guess, and I think about other things, but I never really thought about there being a difference between like, okay, I'll tell you, we had one of the concept designers for Friends on,
Mhm, mhm,
and he was talking about the high school that just came out, the Friends
mhm,
High School,
mhm,
and talking about how they decided to go with a more American style
mhm,
school.
mhm.
And I was like, oh, right, because schools probably look really different in Europe than they
Yeah.
do here. And I had just that's something that had never even like entered my sphere of consciousness.
Right. Right. Yeah, like the way that things are set up, the fact that it's like a denser area. So a lot of schools are older buildings that were kind of, you know, like changed and we have a lot more space here, so it's a lot more widespread and things like that. But yeah, there's also like iconic school like and civic styles that are different. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms
Yeah.
of like when the US started, obviously it was a completely different time than when Europe did. And so what was in style then and what was considered to be like an appropriate building style for a bank or, you know, a capitol building was quite a bit different than what it used to be in other places. I mean, you can still see the ties, but there are nuances that are definitely different. So
Yeah.
well, as someone's asking now, should we talk about the lack of stairs to get from one point to another in many Lego models? Sure. I am not one of the people that gets upset about that. It there is because I can't let myself get upset about that because then I would notice things like the HVAC is missing, the openings aren't going the door swings aren't going in the right direction, like things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no delineation of realism if I start thinking about the stairs, I guess is probably the best way to put it.
Well, I think also with that is that having done like when we built our theater, we kept having to expand it bigger and bigger because we
Yeah.
insisted on making sure that that every door opened like to a room, and that
Right.
there was, you know, we even did a set of stairs going from the top floor up to the roof, and then
Mhm.
had like a roof door that came out, and we made sure that everything went to the right place. But it not only was it very intricate, but it took up a lot of space
Right, which is why they don't do that. I mean,
that
it
could be
makes
used
sense.
for
Yeah.
other purposes, right?
So Jamae, who's also an architect, gets upset about stairs, and so does my friend Doug, who's also a fan of Lego. The lack of stairs annoys him, and yeah, it's fine. It's you're either one or the other. I love it. Kevin, if Lego doesn't start incorporating HVAC, I'm quitting.
Well, I did. Okay, so I do have to say, I did a review of for the Brothers Brick. I did a review of the Hidden Side, the Mystery Castle, which is awesome.
That's
but
a
I
cool
did
one.
point out that, like, so one of the main play features was a trap door at the top of the of the house. So you go in the front doors and there's immediately like a trap door where you drop down to the bottom. But there was there was no way to get up to that front door. Like, I mean, there was kind of sort of a way, but not really. It was really, really weird. But I also think about it in the way that when we talk about doing micro builds, like micro building builds, is that you have to abstract the details.
Absolutely.
Because that's the medium, right? So
yeah, it's not a building material. This is a play. There's imagination and things like that need to be applied. Yeah, I mean, like, but I do appreciate that in the Haunted Mansion there's an accessible entrance, which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of the house is not accessible.
Well, I mean, that's very, I think, in line with, how, because that's more of an architectural build necessarily than, say, like one of the really small city sets that you can get, which I find delightful. And along the lines of those side builds of Monkey Kid, right? Like, you have to make some choices. Do you want stairs, or do you want a little more room in your already like 4x4 room, right? Do you want like a little more space to put furniture or some kind of cute thing? Or do you want a bathroom, or do you want some extra space in your, your kitchen and other room where you want to put a bunch of details? But I know there's a big thing about bathrooms and lack of bathrooms.
No, yeah, everybody loves to notice that. Absolutely. There's no way to ventilate the building, but people are upset about bathrooms. Hooded One, building bricks are not a building material. No, they are not. They are not a rated building material. So you cannot go and build a building out of Lego bricks, but you can build a toy out of Lego bricks. I think a lot of people forget that. If you would build a building out of Lego bricks, it would be so expensive. It is one of the most expensive. Like, if you try to apply it, that would be so crazy. And like, there's no, it's so funny. Everyone, I love like inserting like little, like on mockumentary, I'll like pretend to like be upset that there's like no thermal rating, to the plastic. So we don't know, what the coefficient is X, Y, or Z, or like what the slip coefficient is on a tile. So is someone going to get hurt, blah, blah, blah. But we shouldn't take Lego like that seriously. I think, like, getting upset about bathrooms or stairs and stuff like that.
So this roof is really cool.
I know, I love it. It just sits right on. And
so I think you can probably see it here. So we've got these, those little pieces with the rim. We call them benches. And then you build, because I was like, wait, where's this supposed to go? And then I realized, it just fits right in. So very cool. Hey, Greg, London Bridge Bricks is here. We'll be seeing you very soon.
I know.
So very cool. Oh, and I didn't put together any of the minifigs at the beginning. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite Lego animals, and not just like
Hedwig?
That it's Hedwig. It's just that it's an owl in flight, which is so cool.
Very much so. And I think, let me see, are there other... There's other Hedwigs, right? There's like, or is Hedwig only ever in flight? I feel like
no, there were in some of the older ones. There's the non-in-flight ones, I'm pretty sure.
I have to say, I think the crab is like my absolute favorite animal, but this one's also
the crab. Yeah, I do like the new, well, not new, but the newer spiders.
Or like these little. Oh, these guys from Raya are so cute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've just got my little like animal. Like my little animal bin out.
Oh, I have 2 animal bins or 2 like divided boxes of animals because I'm obsessed.
I don't have that many, but oh no, that's not true. These are like my tiny ones, and then I have like a whole Duplo box full of them on my phone.
Oh well, the Duplo animals are their own special brand of amazing.
Incredible, yeah. Yeah, Kevin says there's tons of non-flying Hedwigs.
Okay. Oh, I'm on bag 2.
Ready? Okay.
Have you already gone to bag 2?
No, I was waiting for you.
Oh, well then you must have been sitting around for a while.
No, not at all. It's like a minute. And it gave me a chance to also read chat a little bit. You're also
hey,
hosting.
Mark is here. How's it going?
Hi, Mark.
Well, whoops. Okay, yeah, I think I can. This should be able to finish this bag before we have to go.
I think just this bag. There are 4 others after this one.
Yes, yeah. And I'm doing mass chaos right now. Like I don't have any bowls out. I'm just like putting the pieces.
Same.
Richard would be horrified.
Oh, really? This is the best. I love building like this.
Oh, if he could do it and it wouldn't like spend ton of time, he would absolutely know everything.
Oh yeah. No,
before we put it out.
I did used to do that a bit, and then I got overwhelmed, and you can't do that while live streaming. You know what I mean? You just spend the entire live streaming knolling.
Right.
So, yeah.
Although for some people it's a feature, apparently. Jake got like that was one of his redeems, is that people would make him null the set.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good idea.
I suppose. I mean, it can be relaxing. I get it, but
it's like on the ASMR kind of like spectrum of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say yes, and I still don't really completely understand it, but stand ASMR. Like, I mean, I get it, but I kind of don't get it.
So I used to watch a lot of makeup tutorials, and one that I used to enjoy it when you could hear like people clicking like the compact cases together, like when they were going through and showing like their whole collection or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is actually quite pleasant. But that's the closest I think I've ever come. And then there's also a couple like peaceful cooking or peaceful, I don't know, there's like one of the ASMR cooking channels.
Okay. And
the sound of the chopping, they have like really high quality mics and stuff like that.
Right.
It's like a pleasant sound to listen to for a little bit, but I mean,
wow, that's so funny. Having worked in a bakery and in a kitchen, I could never imagine that being relaxing.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely not like that. Yeah, but this is mostly like someone at home alone in total silence, which by the way is like, I always have like Netflix or YouTube or something playing. So like I myself would never do it, but
me too. I'm so glad. I know other people do that, but I'm so glad to hear somebody else say that they also do that, because I have to have something going in the background. And Richard is the complete opposite. I mean, he likes having music on. He definitely likes having music on, but like a movie, it distracts him. And so that's why I watch stuff that I've seen a gazillion times. And then that way I can kind of just listen and remember.
Yeah, that used to be Harry Potter. I used to do that when studying all the way through like high school, college, graduate school. I would just play the movies over and over again while studying. Yeah, because the music is incredibly calming, and and just the story obviously oh so well, and yeah. So Kevin says the ASMR term just refers to the tingly feeling running down your body. So basically, anything that might create that for someone is considered ASMR.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Of course, count on Kevin for the relaxing explanation of relaxing things.
I know, right? Wasn't that? I feel like that in itself was relaxing, and it might have caused a tingly feeling for someone out there as well.
Well, this is so now we get some tiles.
I know, right? Are you on the little this chunk?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that you have the bill cam and I can just like look up. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I'm happy to inform you.
Yeah, okay, good.
So I know. So speaking of watching things over again,
Mhm.
and now, okay, I'm gonna just say right off the bat that I do not recommend this show for children. It is not a kids show, and kids, if you're watching, do not watch this show.
No.
Which, of course, now that means they're gonna all go watch
Yeah,
it.
but they're not. You're not going to enjoy it. It's not enjoyable, I don't think, if you're at that age. But
Yeah. Anyway, I
Yeah.
started watching True Blood again.
Yes.
It's a guilty pleasure. I love it. I really, really do. And especially having lived in Louisiana for a while, like I have an appreciation of the locations and stuff.
It's
But
good. I don't even think it's that. So my guilty pleasure is like garbage, like Vampire Diaries. Like True Blood is legitimately a good show. So like, I watch so much bad TV that like Kevin's like, is he talking about Linden Calling?
oh no. No. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. And I gotta say, like, and I have to thank you because you were saying something earlier. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, and it gave me a great idea of what to do for Brick Huntress's challenge. That's all I'm going to say about it, though.
It's great. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for that.
Yeah, I really, I love it unapologetically.
It's so good. What season are you on now? If you're rewatching,
Still in one. Like I just started watching it again. Like this thing to have it on in the background, but I do find myself getting, distracted by different things.
I'm trying to think. There is a couple things that I really want to rewatch. I'll probably rewatch. I tend to rewatch entire series like before the new one comes out. So I'm probably gonna get hyped for Stranger Things and rewatch 1 through 3.
Oh yeah, I love doing that. I love going back and rewatching something that like when the new one's gonna come out and watching the last seasons. I used to do that with Game of Thrones when it was on.
All the time. And then
should do that too.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, what's the terrible one I'm watching right now? Oh, it's so bad. Outer Banks. Yeah, that's garbage television.
What is it? What is this?
Oh, it's like the typical teen stuff where it's like really attractive, like 20-something-year-olds play high schoolers and are doing things that adults do, and it's like very not like nobody in high school lives this life and has parties like this. It's one of those shows. You know what I mean? That's just like terrible. It's so bad. If anyone in chat knows Outer Banks, please don't judge me for it. Or do.
Hey, Ivan, how's it going? And hello, Delicious Foods. Welcome. Bricks and Mortar says Outer Banks is so teeny and ridiculous. Love it.
So bad. It's so bad. Yeah, I have a few shows. That's like bad TV. I think True Blood is, the HBO shows tend to be like a little bit of a caliber above
sure, and it is Alan Ball who did 6 Feet Under, which is
it's one of my favorites.
Tremendous show.
That a lot of people have watched it from my recommendation and have come back being like, I don't get it. It doesn't like. It's just blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you kidding? This show, 6 Feet Under and The Sopranos were what changed television forever. Like the quality of TV that was created for those two shows, I think completely altered what we have now.
Yeah, I love, like, I don't know. It was hard to watch sometimes, but it was, I think, a really excellent show. I never got into The Sopranos. I'm not really, like, I don't like gangster movies and that kind of stuff. Although I gotta say, I did watch Boardwalk Empire and was completely entranced. But I think a lot of it was because it's period, and I'm a sucker for a period piece.
Yeah, me too. No, me too. No, I haven't been able to rewatch Sopranos, but 6 Feet Under I have. I think something about these like incredibly I don't want to say faulty or flawed, incredibly flawed human characters, and just their development over the course of the show is incredible. I've never cried so much for a series finale.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, just complete. It was just insane. And then there's that song from, I think was it a Regina Spektor song that was like maybe not, or something along the lines of that, or I can't remember, Frou Frou or something was like the song that was playing at the end of that series.
Yeah.
And like kind of along that same line of music, and it just like really obviously imprinted itself in my brain.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show a lot. So and you know, I love we just started watching the new season of American Horror Story just started.
Oh, I have never seen that show. I really
It's
want
another
to.
kind of like, I really like it but also hate it at the same time.
Oh god.
I mean, it's great, but it's also deeply flawed, and like they like, it feels like they always start off really strong and then kind of like bail out at the end. But I do love the style of them. I think that Ryan Murphy has a very particular style, and that I appreciate. But Frances Conroy, who was the mom in 6 Feet Under, is in it as she always is, and is fabulous and looks amazing, as she always does. Like it's almost like you should watch it if you watch it for no other reason than to see her. I thought like, I know a lot of people, well, you know what? It's always like a mixed bag. Like people always have opinions. But I thought that the Coven season was really fun. And Frances Conroy, again, playing just like my favorite depiction of a modern day witch, like ever. It's amazing.
I need to watch it. And I've been told that you don't need to watch it in order because, you know, the seasons kind of stand alone. But I kind of want to watch it in order just from the perspective of the show's development. And I tend to like that. So I'll probably, is it on Netflix, like the whole thing?
It is, yes.
Okay. I'll probably get into that sooner. I'll probably get into that to get into the Halloween spirit, because I definitely want to do some fun stuff for Halloween, which I haven't figured out what yet. Like last year, I finally started decorating my house for the first time. And
we love decorating for Halloween.
The best. It was the absolute best. I got like a black, you know, like painted, I'd like a wreath, like a Halloween wreath, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so cool. It takes a
we are big fans of Halloween here in this house. And we've decided, you know, if we are the kind of people, like if we ever moved to the suburbs, we would be those guys who have like decorated their garage like a haunted house and have like the neighborhood kids come through.
Absolutely. I definitely want to be that house. And yeah, Abby the Brick Scroll got it. It's Imogen Heap who did the song for the and who basically was Frou Frou. Yeah, like I remember that, right? But that was like around the time I was listening to that and Regina Spektor, and it was like very much like very female centric. Like light indie pop, depressing. It was just the right time in my life, I guess.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. I would talk about the music I listened to that was but it's the music they play in the grocery store now, which is so depressing.
No. But isn't that nice though? When you go grocery shopping, you listen to that music. And do you think it's just because that's just the East Bay grocery shop, or is that everywhere?
No, it's because it's old. It's considered oldies now. Like what I listened to when I grew up is considered oldies. There are whole like, you know, stations, whatever you want to call radio now, stations dedicated to like 80s music.
Oh, like The Cure and Depeche Mode, all that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
the first time I ever heard The Cure in the grocery store, I was like, okay, I am now going to crawl in my grave.
You're like, that's it. I'm done.
Well, this is cute so far. I love I'm obsessed with these doors, these rounded top doors.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They're so cool. I just got to my first sticker, so I'll be here for 45 minutes.
Oh, we do stickers with, you know, everybody knows, with Windex.
You're the Windex believers.
Well, for me, like I have my hands shake a little bit, and it makes it very difficult to apply stickers well. So it helps for me. Richard is fearless, though. He just goes right in. We've had many debates about about that here on this chat.
On the channel. No, I've been the sticker applicator for like since Sans moved in. So I'm like pretty fearless about it. I'm kind of like Richard. I just go for it, and I do okay. It's not perfect, but it's like fine.
Sure.
Yeah. And I have like I have like a screw in my right wrist from a break a few years ago. So I
Oh my
will
goodness.
eventually, yeah, it's not great. I will eventually get arthritis in that wrist. So I'm like trying to do everything I can now with it before it goes.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I worry about my hand. Like for a while I was doing a lot of knitting and crocheting,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just hurting my hands so bad. Like I would, come away from it just like in pain. And I had to stop.
When I was drafting and working full time, I was constantly in pain. Like my whole, especially like my whole forearm and stuff would get inflamed.
Oh no.
And it was terrible. But I would recommend a lot of the like CBD like ointments and rubs and stuff actually did help a lot. And I didn't believe in a lot of that stuff, but it definitely it worked quite a bit. So, and I know a few people that have also found some relief from those things.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if I've done this right. It doesn't feel like it. I think I got ahead of myself or behind myself or something.
Oh yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I just saw Holly's comment. I just assume everything from my parents' era is all Michael Bolton.
Abby says, hearing Susie and the Banshees in Publix once made my day.
Yeah, Jamae CBD lotion totally helped me with my chronic pain. Yeah, it's surprising. I was like, this is just a farce. And I use all the skincare in the world. I throw money at that problem.
Oh, we never, well, I don't know. We're not like super taking care of our skin. And when we met Amy and Crystal on Lego Masters, they were like, what? You don't do face masks? They were like, they were horrified.
Wait, what? Why were they horrified? It's like not a lot of people don't do that.
I know, but they were just, I mean, horrified in a fun, silly way, but still they were just like okay. And they went out and got masks, and we sat in their hotel room and put masks on. And
did you enjoy it? Was it relaxing or was it like cloying?
No, it was nice.
Okay, good.
Nice. Yeah. And they even like sent us care package of,
oh, that's so sweet.
Like a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, they recommended a thing. And so when we were on the show, we got a break for Thanksgiving weekend, and it turned out my bye, Captain Zan. We'll see you later.
Bye, Zan. See you. Zan's going to be on London Calling, I think, with us.
That's right. Right. With us just here in not too long, actually. I just realized we have about 10 minutes left. I always have to do, fortunately, Greg doesn't mind if you arrive a little bit later, but I always have to take a break and like have a snack or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I just did the Windex. We'll see how this goes. I'm at the sticker part too. I hate this. Oh.
Do you do Windex and tweezers? Or do you do figure?
I do Windex and a
brick separator?
A brick separator, yep.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm trying to see which one.
What's it called? Oh, I think Ivan was asking earlier what set I'm building. I'm building the exact same set as Flynn, which is the Astronomy Tower from Harry Potter. And it's really cool. And I love how dense it is. And the images in plane. I think what's so successful and why it looks so great is that the door is on one plane. Then there's a frame in front of it. Then there's another archway in front of it. So it's a double arch, which is really cool. And then there are these pilasters at the front, which are really cool, just made out of like 1x1 bricks, which are on one plane. And then the windows are another. And then there's the larger, you could call them columns, but
Right.
And they're not complete, but yeah.
Oh, hey, my mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi.
I can't believe you're complaining about me touching stickers with my fingers. My sticker, my rules.
Yeah. Only you can't touch clear stickers.
Yeah, the clear ones I don't for sure. Like I'm always very careful, but with these ones I'm like, eh.
Do you know where because I like wear makeup and like skincare and stuff, my hands are always like I will unintentionally touch my face. And the biggest mistake I've ever done was on Ninjago City, was like one of the clear stickers. I got just a fingerprint right on it. And I'm borderline gonna spend like the $20-something and get that sticker sheet. I don't know.
I actually when I got my Diagon Alley set, the stickers were all miscut. And I had to order them all again. And I got them again, and one of them is still miscut, and I'm trying to decide what to do.
Well, wait, did Lego replace it for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So, but you're not like paying out of pocket for that.
No. They replaced it. I did it through the bricks and pieces. So it was fine. But it was still just like, oh.
I would get it again just to get the right sticker. And I mean, obviously you're not being opportunistic in any way. You know what I mean?
No. It's just because, when they're misaligned, any of them that have like a different colored square inside of it, it's all,
you can see it
weird.
And it's very glaring. Absolutely. Yeah, I say go for it.
All right. Well, yeah, I was just looking at what you were talking about. That double arch on the door is really nice.
It's really nice, right? It's just, I like how, I agree with my favorite part about these doors is that you attach them and then, I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh, wait. Oh man, I love it.
Oh, here's Steve Parmley has a question. Claire, do you have a particular Lego architecture set that speaks to you as an architect? It's one of my favorite lines.
Oh, okay. So Steve is going to find this answer particularly controversial. I have not really enjoyed the architecture line. We only have one of the sets, and it's the New York one, and it was purchased as like a nostalgic one. And then I didn't even build it, but now I'm starting to kind of lean towards that line because I have an appreciation of micro builds, and I bought this like Lego architecture micro build book. But I can't recommend any of them, unfortunately, which is terrible because bricks and mortar. She's like, Claire doesn't like the architecture line. I know it's total blasphemy, but it wasn't what I was looking for. Like I didn't come to Lego to look for for models or, replicas. That wasn't what I came to it looking for an escape from all of that. And so that was kind of it. But I would say the ones that I enjoy the most and that architecturally I enjoy the most are the Chinese New Year sets. I love the roof styles. I love all of that articulation. That's my favorite. And, maybe it's because of growing up in the Bay Area and spending a lot of time in Chinatown, which takes a lot of the, those classic Asian architectural styles and applies them in kind of like a modern way. I like that. And Lego kind of does that exactly. You know what I mean? Because their stuff is really like a fusion of sorts. And then traveling in Asia later in life, I really love that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that's also interesting is that, and we've had this discussion on other shows, but just how everybody comes to the hobby for different reasons and approaches it differently. Like there are some people who come to the hobby because that's expressly exactly what they like about it.
Yes.
Right. Like they love building, a replica of a building, which is great. But we all, Richard and I really approach it approach building from an art standpoint, and like color theory and all that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
I just find it fascinating to hear people's different experiences and how they came to it and what they get out of it, or what they enjoy about it.
Yeah, I think for me it's really just like a world building that's not realistic. Like immediately after watching Zootopia, I'm like, I want to build Zootopia out of Lego, or wanting to build Hogwarts, or wanting to build an Ninjago city. Like those are all the things that, and right now I'm working on a little city very slowly when I say I'm working on it, but it's, taking friend sets and, making them a little bit more city appropriate and complete, and with like lots of bright colors and, very like beach Miami kind of, vibe, a little bit Havana of sorts. And so, so that's kind of,
I've seen some pictures on your Instagram, and it looks amazing. I love that. I love that you're doing that. And doesn't Thomas Tech Production, he does some of that too, right? Like taking different models and sort of applying the architecture or the modular model to them.
Yes, he's been trying to do that. I know he took like the what's it called? The theater, the Friends like movie theater, and made it into a modular. And I know he did it in Digital Designer. I don't know if he's got all his parts yet, but we're kind of all, like I wouldn't say stumbling, but like, testing this out together, actually on stream live, which that's its whole separate experience. But yeah, but I enjoy it. It's definitely, I like it because like chat will have input, you know what I mean? Or like Kevin or Tech will have input, or if I have a question, or like how should I approach something. So it's actually been really fun to do that.
It sounds, I know, I always see that you guys are doing that. I'm unfortunately never free when they're happening, but
I know, we got to get you on one of them, Flynn.
I know. I will. I mean, I'll have some flexibility coming up soon. It's just, with everything, with starting,
back up again. Yeah.
Everything's starting back up. It's been
so crazy.
Difficult.
Yes.
If you will. Goodness. So I just, I realized too that like when we go on to Greg's stream here shortly, I actually have to take my dragon apart so I can put it back together.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, like, London Calling is a lengthy time. You'll probably have time to like take it apart and put it back together.
Yeah, I'll probably stick with one of the smaller ones that way.
I know, I'm thinking about doing the Harry Potter one because the elves one has that whole building as like a side build.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're in separate bags. Actually, you can just.
Oh, really? I could just pull it
do
out.
The dragon part. Yeah.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
They made it. They might even be separate instruction booklets, but I'm not positive of that. I can't remember.
I think I'm gonna wait and see like what everyone else is building, and if there's not enough elves dragon representation, which I doubt there will be, but I might step it up, and so there'll be two of them.
Yeah, Bricks and Mortar says live feedback and critique can be really rewarding and scary. Yeah. I agree. And for a while there, we haven't done one in a little while, but for a while there, we were doing a on Fridays that we weren't doing build challenges. We were doing a work in progress workshop where people would send in mocks that they were working on to get feedback, critique and feedback from us and from the chat. And I always really thought I just always thought that people were very brave who sent their stuff in. I mean, they knew they were sending it into a safe space and that we weren't going to, like tear their work apart or anything, right? Like it was all going to be constructive and like that. But I still just every time was amazed and thought that was very, very brave and cool of them to
absolutely. Only good can come of it. And this is coming from someone who my teacher would like rip my model, like quite literally rip it in half.
Oh,
yeah. I had some very brutal hazing in architecture school.
That's not cool.
Nah, no, it was not a positive, safe environment. Honestly, it was the best teacher I ever had, though. Not because of that, but it came with the territory.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's the same thing with theater, right? Like every night it was, after the show, we would have notes, even after the show was already on. Like,
Mhm.
do it this way, change this, think about this. Like,
Probably some pretty hard critiques as well, I would imagine.
especially during rehearsals. Not so
Yeah.
much after the shows were on, but definitely rehearsals were a whole different story.
Yeah, so I did some set design in high school and did crew during high school and loved it. Like,
Oh yeah?
but yeah, like did like light, like did lighting one year, and then I was like doing effects and stuff, and it was so much fun. And when I was in high school, sorry, I'm putting a sticker, which is like why my head is down. When I was in
Here, I'm
high
going to show this real quick so people can
perfect.
see the.
Oh, it's so good on the inside, right? How cute is it?
I love the cauldrons with the
Mhm.
bubbles and the potion bottles. I love stuff like that.
Me too.
I have so many, like in my builds, I always include a couple of shelves with stuff
Mhm.
on them just because I love the way it looks in Lego. I'm obsessed with Lego shelves and putting things on them. I know that's really
Me
weird.
too. Or like little cupboards and things like that. I'm sure you loved every single second of Diagon Alley then.
I did. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And I actually used to, or I have done one time, but it was a very long project. I did built a dollhouse with a friend of mine.
Mhm.
And I was obsessed with going to the store and just looking at all the little furniture.
Mhm.
And this one time, okay, this is hilarious and a funny little sort of like overheard moment. I
Mhm.
was at the hobby shop with all the dollhouse stuff, and they had a separate room for all of it. You could go through and look at all the little tiny furniture and little works of art and everything you could put on. And oh, come on now. Could they really not have printed the tile that
I
goes
know.
inside this book?
Yeah. It took me forever to get that on there. I know, right? No, it's ridiculous. It's like, look, that's a sticker, guys.
So I'm in there, and this little girl came in with her dad, and it was like, you couldn't write this. It was so funny. She goes, they're like looking at different stuff, and I know they're like looking at shingles, and she goes, "Can we put the roof on today, Dad?" And he says, "Sure, honey." Yes.
That's so cute. That's so cute. Oh my God. She was so hyped for the roof, for shingles. Oh, she's probably a little architect right there in the making.
Right?
Yeah. That's so cute.
That was a really good one.
Yes, Abby the Brick Scroll, the miniature rooms at the art museum in Chicago are so cool. They're so cool.
Oh, there's actually there's a miniatures room at the Disney Family Museum because Walt was really into miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole room in there that has all of his different stuff, and it's a really cool to look at.
I mean, I think that's why a lot of people like Lego, and I think we might have touched on that during Cali Bricklick a little bit. It's like how, like, just that human instinct to like want tiny things, like, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that was, and I may be wrong about this, but I know that like miniatures really came into vogue in the Victorian era. Like it was like huge. It was like a really big deal.
Yeah,
and everybody wanted like little things to put around, like little globes with tiny flowers in them and all of that stuff.
Little dust collectors. We all love
exactly. I mean, not like Lego, which absolutely does not collect dust.
No, never. Absolutely not. It's great. I love being allergic to dust. It's so great. Especially California, where we not only have dust, but ash.
Oh, don't even want to talk about that. Yeah, fortunately, the dust has gone down in our place a little bit. Well, everybody, we are at time for today. We've got to hop on over across the pond, if you will, to Greg's stream. London Bridge Bricks will probably, I mean, for me personally, I'll probably be there in about 15 or 20 minutes after I get some food in me so that I don't pass out.
Yeah.
And don't forget, everybody, we are in the middle of a challenge. Like I mentioned before, it's the Hobby Habitats Challenge. And we will be doing, build us anything up to a 16 by 16, all the way down to, if you want to do the 8 by 8, like habitat style, like we did for the Disney ones, that's okay too, of your sig fig, doing your favorite hobby that's not Lego. So something aside from Lego. Want to see those. And those are due next Thursday. We will also be here on Sunday with our recap of the last episode of Lego Masters, the Land and Sea episode. And Moto will not be joining us this week because he is at Brick Slopes, but Randall will be on hanging out with us, so that'll be a good time. And of course, internet sensation Bricks O'Brien will be there to join in the fun as well. That's all. Every time I say his name now, I just put that at the beginning of it. It makes me laugh.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of different variations of that you could do, which would be incredible. So good.
Awesome. Can I use Bro Thorset for the challenge? Sure.
Good one.
Why not?
It's probably, just if you feel like that's your spirit animal.
So thanks everybody for joining us, and thank you, Claire, so much for coming on and hanging out with me today and building this fun set. And we'll have to we have to get it finished. Maybe we'll get on Twitch and finish it.
That sounds perfect.
One of the things I have noticed about Twitch is it is mostly single person focused.
Yes.
It is not like group. You don't see like the group chats and group builds and stuff like that on much.
Not at all. And I don't know. I need to understand like why that is, which is kind of interesting.
I think it's because it started off with gamers.
Yeah.
And so that's a very solitary in a lot of ways, and other people can now. But what I do know is you can team up and multiple people can be streaming together on their own channels.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Which is kind of cool too. So lots of testing and technology and IT for us to mess up there, Flynn. That's great.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, we are going to head out for now. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out today. And don't forget, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, wear your mask when and where you still need to, get that vaccine as soon as you can, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.